Did you get my invite on live?
Black coffee, no sugar, no cream.
I okay. I just did. I
Oh
added
right.
in black coffee, no sugar, no cream. Black coffee, no sugar, no cream. Black coffee, no sugar, no cream. Black coffee. So I'm loving your hair. Did you clean your camera like I instructed you? Instructed.
I think the other one.
Wait, what mic are you using? Because this girl, you don't hear word.
Eh?
What mic are you? Oh, okay. I sent you a mic.
Oh, is it in the care package? I've not opened it. If I know, should I open it now?
My old mic. We are
Oopsie.
live.
Oopsie, why are you copying me? Why are you going all natural? What's wrong with you? Why are you copying me?
Tolue, can you hear me? There's something wrong somewhere, but just let's
I can
proceed.
hear you.
I don't know what is going on, but
If you see what's
because
under
I
this
joined
wig,
as
it's not
guest,
mine.
and for some reason I couldn't see. There was no video, but I could hear you guys.
Oh, but I could see you there.
So why didn't you open up the app so my video can
I
come
thought
up?
I thought you were not ready.
I could because I joined as guest. That's why I didn't want to open it.
Oh, okay. I thought you were not ready. That's why I didn't put you in.
The reason why I didn't want to go through this backstage is because of I don't know if it's going to
Yeah.
hold up, but if it
If
drops
it does,
out,
I'll
I'll
let
go
you
back.
know. Then I'll put
I'll
yeah.
go back. Yes. All right. Cool. Cool.
How's the weather over there? Oh my gosh.
Perfect. It's
It's
perfect.
nice and sunny.
So you stop lying. It's not
No,
sunny.
it is. It's I see sun now. See it now. In
So
fact,
look,
everywhere the ice is melting.
Mm. So
Oh my goodness.
Ontario, they've dealt with us in Ontario. This weather has dealt with us.
Because I can say that.
Almost admit. All right, all right. It's a busy. It's been a funny week. Funny enough, it feels like there wasn't a lot of things happening, but then there was a lot of things happening at the same time.
Are you doing advertisements?
No, I
You
don't have
know,
energy. No, no,
it's
I don't
so
have energy.
like you.
I don't have energy. I don't have
Tolu,
energy
are you
to
sure you don't
sell.
want to take off your Beats by Dre or Beats by what? Or is it I don't know because I this is double when you talk it feels like it's so I think it's better if you don't even use it at all. To be honest, I think it's better if you don't use it at all.
She's using the mic on it. Isn't that what you're using?
But something is giving feedback like it's
Yeah, I agree. Philip, but you need to
do you understand?
switch it off.
I need to what?
The beats, switch it off.
I switched off already.
It's still what do you call it?
I turned
What
it
you ma-
off.
what you ma call it?
So it's not from me.
All
It's
right.
probably from
Hi
Calgary.
everyone.
Somewhere.
It's probably from Calgary.
So yeah, go to I said it. I was trying to what did this girl just say? It's coming from where?
Oh my God.
Oh good Lord. So I was going to say maybe they didn't even fix your laptop well. Stay there and be laughing.
I think I'm gonna have to take it back because I think so.
Uh-huh.
There's still a problem with my charging point, so I'll take it back.
Oh, okay.
So, did you send the laptop to Abba to be fixed?
You know, we don't have any Apple store here, so we only have.
Of course, you don't.
So
Oh,
we
wait,
only have.
wait, where did you send it to?
No, they have. We only have one, like, recommended person that does. Do you understand? That's
You
an
are
Apple.
wait, seriously, you don't have any Apple store in Sudbury?
No, but this
No,
we
you're,
saw. We
you're
don't.
joking, you're
Where
joking.
is the Apple coming from? Hey,
So you're joking.
that jokes. We don't
In
have Apple store.
Sudbury.
No, we don't.
Don't let Nelly take a whiff of this information. Are you serious?
We don't
We
have.
don't
Wow.
have levels.
Why we don't have mall? So why would we have Apple store?
Wait. You guys don't have a mall?
No, we have more. The L is not there. Not
So
more.
there's not like one main mall, like one big mall,
So
like
you know how ShopRite is in Nigeria?
Mhm.
That's what we have.
That's
Exactly.
a mall.
Is
a
is
strip
that a
mall.
Yeah, just a building with one ground floor.
Stores.
Yeah,
Just ground
I
floor.
don't
People don't
think.
have like food court on top. And
Whatever. Let's start. I beg. Nonsense.
So you need to move out. You need to move this way.
I love Sudbury. I'm
Well, that's the
Sudbury.
thing.
I love Sudbury. I will always love Sudbury.
I
And Sudbury,
know. Because it's chill.
I love it. Yeah, it's chill. Don't
Oh.
let me hear me. Let's start with the first.
See me. I did not want to.
Shall they be scared before I start playing?
okay, let's go.
Get involved in this whole situation because your husband is somebody I hold dearly. Very easygoing guy. But I have to because this is my job. I think you're a very bold woman, very strong woman, always coming out to speak against rape. Absolutely. Because you're not the only celebrity we have. And a lot of female celebrities will like either turn the blind eye, look away. But you boldly do it. Good. But accountability, Lofi, bye. DJ. Just coming out and apologizing that, oh, what I said, I'm sorry. You didn't. And now it's been going on for days. In fact, the same Mirabel girl, and now the thing that's propelled into a bigger issue, pedophilia. And whether you like it or not, even though I know this is more witch hunting than it is anything, the facts are there that these are your tweets. You did write these things. Yes, you were younger, but you were over 20. And you consistently wrote it. In fact, somebody warned you in the tweet that why would you say this about an underage? You said that the kid, a 4-year-old, was sexualizing you. You wrote those things. And instead of coming outside to apologize, Oshilagidi, and this is where the issue is. Not because I don't know that they are witch hunting you. You have to understand that pedophilia, rape, is just as big as it is on the feminine side as it is on the masculine side. I know you might not have even acted on those things. You were just saying, but it doesn't matter. These were your tweets. You want to call?
All right, Dukwe, you have the floor, I believe.
Okay, so I'm still on mute, but I didn't want to touch too much before it kicks me out. Honestly, I had to reduce that video as well. I had to cut it because he started talking about how he also was molested as a child by one auntie that was 28 years old, and that carried on for a while he was still a kid. And so, but it was all in Yoruba. You know, sometimes you don't even know whether it's comedy this boy is doing or whether he's really serious because you will laugh. And then he was using a lot of words that, you know, Yoruba words, when you don't talk about certain things can be bad. So that's why I actually cut it. But he was saying he has been a victim, or he's a victim of such. And, you know, it was interesting because I thought to myself, but in his analysis, he kept on trying to say, this is witch hunt. I don't understand. How can you call this witch hunt? How is this witch hunt? Her tweet, Simi's tweets. Okay, so Simi, as a background story, is married to Adekunle Gold, and she's an artist, and all of that. Simi is very popular. I mean, and those who listen to her music, right? Her husband too is very popular. How can you say this is witch hunt? She needs to take responsibility for those tweets. And I mean, at the point where I know a lot of people leave Twitter after a while, so sometimes you've even forgotten what you wrote at some point in your existence, and then maybe you became a celebrity and you were big and you're massive. But you must go back to your social media handles to scrub them. If you know that for a fact that I may have put something up, I may have tweeted something or whatever it is, that you know that it might come back to bite you. And unfortunately, we don't talk about this enough. There are a lot of men who are victims of rape because some of them were I've heard of house helps who actually sleep with, children, boys, because they feel like, oh, he's a boy and he should be, he's not of age at that point, right? So these things happen. A lot of these guys, that's why some of them, they grow up and their sexual appetite is insane. He also alluded to it. That's why, like I said, I caught that video. He said he's right now, sometimes some women think he's an animal when it comes to sex. But it's because he started at such a young age. And so he's at that point where he feels like sexually he's insatiable. And so whether we like it or not, these things also have their repercussions. So back to Simi. For me, I feel like she could have come out to say, oh, she's sorry, or just even maybe tell a lie that I was only playing, it was all a joke, but it was a bad joke, right? She hasn't done that. I think they've deleted the tweets by now, but she hasn't held herself accountable for. These are people that that are supposed to be role models to younger people who look up to them. So imagine people who look up to a Simi, who like her music, who love her career, who love her family life, right? And then they see this sort of tweets as young people. What do you think will be going on? So again, I mean, for me, I think that it's unfortunate that at 20-something plus years old, Simi was tweeting this sort of narrative. She didn't back down. In fact, she doubled down when somebody called her out on it. I think it's very unfortunate. And I'm hoping that at some point she will do the needful. She will speak up or say something around all of this allegation. And just to Mike or Yemike, or what does he call himself? I think that for him to call it witch hunt is also unfortunate. This is not witch hunt. This is asking somebody to be accountable for what they have done in the past, because it is not something that we can throw under the table or is light. It is heavy. And this is very destructive to any human being, to younger children who are growing up. Tolu, you have a boy that is a son. It is destructive to anybody, whether an adult or a child. So I don't know why he's still insisting this is not a witch hunt. This is terrible on part of Simi, and she needs to take ownership for it. So that's it.
You go, girl.
I don't know. So, well, for me personally, so I read the tweets, right? And I don't know if I'm a little bit on the fence, and I don't know. I feel like it's just been blown out of proportion, and maybe because this is the era we're in where little things are just inciting so much emotion in a lot of people. That is what I feel. Because for her not to have apologized, then it means that she obviously doesn't feel she did anything wrong. And even if she apologized right now, it means that she's admitting to whatever she has done. But that on the side, I think as at that time, it was just really pretty much, she saw it like harmless. These are pretty much jokes that people joke that, fine, it's not funny, to some degree, yes, sexualizing little kids and all that, but the way it's being blown out of proportion is what I don't agree with. And everybody is trying to cancel Simi and, people that are shouting, they are worse. The only difference is that fine, she's a celebrity, and and are you now saying this is something she did before she even had kids? So why is this now? Why is it an issue now? Like, why are they using it to make her look like she's a bad person? When we're all younger, we did things that we're not very proud of, right? Now that we've grown older, we are more mature. I believe that she wouldn't probably tweet something like that now, because now she has kids. The she understands the meaning of. So let me never say the implication, the meaning of those kind of tweets. As of then, she might not even have understood, but that was then. This is now. I don't know why they're dragging her for something she has done in how many years ago. Why they're dragging her now? That is what is annoying. Like, as of then, it wasn't a big deal. Why is it a big deal now? And I think it's just because of the atmosphere we are in, where everything is now going to be labeled. So anything you've done, anything small, and all this is coming out because I think for that rape case that happened, that girl, I think she stood up for her. I'm not sure because I wasn't really following that part, but I think and so are people now dragging her for standing up for Mirabel? I don't know, because obviously a lot of people went the Mirabel saga. A lot of people were against it, so maybe this is why. I'm not sure about that angle, but for me, I just think it's not something that people should be wasting their energy on, because it's something she did in the past. It doesn't reflect who she is right now. She's not that right now. So why is this a big deal? If she has done something, let it go. Why
Tolu, please. You can't say sexualizing a child as an adult is small. I just want to point this out, please. Let us not be disillusioned with this conversation. You cannot sexualize a child and say it is small. You can't. You cannot say it was in her past, so she should not be responsible for this backlash, or she shouldn't be accountable to it. You cannot also say that is not who she is today. Tolu, you do not live in Simi's house, so you don't know even if she sexualizes her own children. We do not know. What I am saying is that you cannot, for any fact, exonerate Simi because you say, oh, we were younger and all of us make mistakes. Oh, so it's okay. Oh, it's little. Nothing is little about those tweets that all of us read. Nothing. So I just want to chip that in, because Tolu, if you go with this narrative, when somebody sexualizes, God forbid, another child that you know, tomorrow, what are you going to do? Are you going to say, oh, because they were younger, or oh, let's just exonerate them, is in their past? No. A pedophile is a pedophile. They need to be called out. And if you're once a pedophile, forever a pedophile, I cannot speak for Simi 100%. But if those were the kind of things that she nursed at 28 or 26 years old, Tolu, we were once 26 and 28. So we know we know our mental capacity and our mindsets. So for her, she wasn't 16, no. She was not 13 or 14. She was 26. Tolu, you cannot exonerate Simi.
So
and I'm done. Or 23.
So why can't you look at it like she was just joking? Why are you taking it personal?
Okay, then she should come out and so this is what I said now. Come out and say it was a bad joke. It was a bad joke, badly done, in bad taste. Be accountable for it. That's all. Nobody's saying that she let Sade talk, but I'm just saying be accountable.
I agree. I think, that guy on your mic, I think he made valid points. But I think he's also right in saying it is a witch hunt. Because by definition, a witch hunt means that you are deliberately looking for information to take someone down. This information only came out because she spoke about the Mirabel issue, whether it was directly or indirectly. Those tweets were there. Why wasn't it brought out way before? It was only brought out because she was so vocal against what was going on with Mirabel. That is why I agree it is a witch hunt. Because what usually happens is when you stand up for something, people find a way to, They find a way to discredit you. And that's what they're doing. They're trying to discredit her supporting that subject and that topic by bringing this up. Now, two things can be right at the same time. I don't think she's a pedophile. I don't think she's ever crossed the line with kids, but those tweets were disturbing. They were, even if she was only 23. The honorable thing right now with her status in the world is to apologize. That's literally the only honorable thing. And say, look, my tweets, bad taste, like you said, bad taste. And you have to apologize for the tweets because it's your behavior at that point. When you typed it, it was your behavior that was coming out, whether it was a joke or not. So it is a witch hunt. It is to discourage people from coming out to say these kinds of things, whether we like it or not. It's a witch hunt. And I'm always very wary because Nigerians will be the first people to say, celebrities don't speak up against things happening online. Celebrities don't use their voice. But when you use your voice, they will drag you now. They will find a way. Look at Iyabo Ojo and the Mohbad situation. See the way they dragged her. You would think that maybe she's the mother of Mohbad because she lent her voice and her status as a celebrity. So if Simi hadn't said anything, this tweet would not have come to light. Maybe later, but not right now, wouldn't have come to light. But because she spoke up, this is what is happening to her. So it is a witch hunt. But she needs to apologize and kill it. Dead it. Move on from it. It's not that... because I can't even say she apologized. She put out a statement very briefly. She talked about, she wasn't a child when she said it. She's not here to make excuses because she doesn't have excuses. And then she talked about the context of working in her mother's daycare. And she just kind of excused her behavior, is what I would say. And it's not giving. Let me put it that way. It's not giving. She just needs to apologize. And I think if she does, a lot of people will move on to the next witch hunt. I don't know.
I agree, Tolu, because you're trying to make excuses for Simi she's not even interested. As far as I'm concerned, the girl is saying, oh yes, she's saying she was old enough. She knew what she was doing now. Let's stop this thing. She knew what she was doing back then. Whether she was this was 50 years ago or not, but she should apologize. She should take ownership. She should say, okay, yes, but this was bad. I shouldn't have, and move on. Like you said, she's global. I don't know if she's really global. Maybe she's just African. I don't know if her globality reached past Africa, West Africa, because I don't listen to her. But she needs, and honestly, I don't listen to her. She needs to take ownership for those tweets. That's all.
Simi makes good music, so I'm sad that you don't listen to her. She has a sweet voice. Her voice is very calming. Well, that's my opinion, but okay. Let's move to the next story.
Obi is by far a better leader.
Sheylo,
Yes.
would you
That's
say
how far
Nigeria
not
is safer now than 10 years ago?
That's a very good question.
Nigeria is safer now than 10 years ago, that is free.
Never.
This government has killed more bandits than any of the since Jonathan.
Nigeria today is more unsafe than it had ever been.
When last have you heard of bomb blast in Nigeria?
Like last week. Vehicle-based improvised explosive device ran into the Nigerian forces fighting in the northeast. As an illustration that Nigerians are depending on individuals to confront kidnappers when we have security agents.
It's not
Big Gen, not a brigadier general, was murdered in cold blood. His handset taken. That terrorists are showing us their face clear. In the era of Boko Haram, they go wrap their face like you no go know what they talk. They go they speak their language. Peter Obi has made in his life can be explained.
You said Peter Obi's Nigeria economically is better. And I will explain.
Dan Tinubu met it.
There's no reason on earth why you should buy rice more than 10,000 naira. Bro, I've gone to a tertiary health institution in Nigeria. A whole world for children. There was no light. Tinubu has had his time. He has done his own democracy. We have seen the best he can do. We have seen his economic reforms that is choking the living.
No! You were blaming this administration of spending that money.
Yeah.
And
Why does Shayla like to shout? Why do people who have no argument feel like they must shout?
As in,
Why?
it's unfortunate. I think that's the only way they think they can be heard. And unfortunately, empty barrels, they are the ones that make the most noise.
I
Shall
don't,
do
as
you want
an
to take
honest,
this one? You want to start? You want to take this?
No, I mean, again, this is Nedu's podcast. Or was the people who produce Nedu's podcast, the people who used to produce it, Glitch Africa. I like the fact that they're using their platform to do this kind of thing. It's really good. And I like the fact that they have two very great opposing views. But listening to the both of them, one was propaganda. There was just a lot of propaganda with the way Sheyi Law was defending the administration, the Tinubu administration. The other guy was
Idris.
spitting facts. Idris, he was giving facts. And again, it is general when you look at the Trump administration, for instance, when you see people arguing Democratic and the MAGA, it's usually the same thing. You have people who are just using talking points or using a lot of emotion, and then you have people who are speaking facts. So this is the norm. But it's just such a shame. You know, Sheyi Law used to be, and that's unfortunate. That is his legacy now. He used to be. Whatever you want to add to that used to be, you can add to it. But he used to be. And that's where it ends. It's so, I used to know Sheyi Law, but I can't tell you I know Sheyi Law today because he just sounds like he's looking for how to be fed from this administration. He sounds hungry. He sounds like he's searching for some kind of position. He's like he is a Renault. It's the same kind of concept, but it's such a shame. And he's shouting like, do you actually think that maybe we'll believe you faster when you shout? Or honestly, the shouting might be for the people in the administration to hear him. You know, these things will trend, and then they'll come and tell Tinubu, he was defending, or maybe you give him ambassador. And that's his life he's done. That's all he's trying to do. In the end, that's what all of them are, all selfish individuals trying to find something to benefit themselves. So it's a poor.
So unfortunately, let me just correct something with you, Shadi. He's not trying to be heard. He's already part of their campaign, right? Sheyi Law is an APC member. He's the zonal coordinator for RTI, whatever.
And he's SSA to Ondo State Governor.
Exactly. So he's already in it. So it has nothing to do with that. So I watched the podcast from the beginning to the end, and I must say, I always thought Sheyi Law was, I mean, so on the surface, when I see what he says, and I always thought that this guy, Sheyi is not a Renault. He's quite intelligent. I won't lie. I mean, he made a lot of facts. Yes, if you go and listen to him, he said a lot of truths. But the only problem was that Idris countered all his truths. Because throughout, all Sheyi was just saying, fact check me, as they're fact checking him. But that's not to, he was doing his own job, and he did his job very, very well. I mean, if Tinubu should watch this video today, he'll be proud of Sheyi, because Sheyi really went all out for APC. Because there's some things he even said, that there's some things he talked about that I'm not even aware of that the government is doing. You know, like there's some education scheme he talked about that, you know, that they do some things and they give some loans, or not loans, grants and all that. I mean, there are things that are happening in Nigeria that unless...
Tolu, my question to you is, when you hear from an APC supporter, listen, before you continue, the government is doing... Have you seen data of those who have come out to say, yes, I was part of NEL Fund? Is NEL Fund, they're talking about education now. Oh, I collected NEL Fund. Let me tell you, you continue, but just give me 1 minute. You cannot support APC as a human being and sound like somebody that is normal. To support APC, you must be very foolish to start with. Secondly, everything Tinubu is about is propaganda. So for you to come here and say that on this show, Sheyi Law made some assertions that are true, Tolu, go and check. Tolu, don't listen to Sheyi Law. I need you. Sheyi Law left his wife and his children in the UK. Nigeria is safe. This administration says there's no bomber, no smoker, but his family don't live in Nigeria. They're in London. Okay? So if you want to know for a fact that Tinubu's policies or whatever he's doing is reforms, actually, that's the word I'm looking for, is yielding fruit, go on ground and ask questions. Don't listen to Sheyi.
So have you ever?
That's all I will say.
So that Nelfund one, I actually googled it and I saw something, some publication that there are some beneficiaries because I didn't know about it. So yes, there are some beneficiaries.
Some beneficiaries that we've not. Have you seen one? Have you even seen one beneficiary that has come out maybe on social media to say, "I am a beneficiary of Nelfund"?
I'm just saying that I have gone to Google it and I saw that they were beneficiaries, that they did something, and some people said that yes, they were beneficiaries of it. Whether it's propaganda or not, to see, let me tell you something. And I'll give another example. See, God forbid me to support Sheyi Law. I'm not supporting him. God forbid. See, I can never. I'm analyzing what I watched, and I want to give him kudos where kudos is due, because the guy is parties. He said his own. See, it's possible for two people to be in the same place, but you're not seeing the same thing. No? I hope you know that what Sheyi Law is seeing is not what every other person, and that is why I love Idris. Idris kept on talking from a place of empathy. He kept on talking from a place of, look, we are living in this. This is our own experience. Sheyi Law is talking from a place of, this is what the government said they are doing, this is what they are doing, and this is what. So it's two different. And for Sheyi, so now this Nelfund they are talking about now, you can use as an example. Maybe in Ondo states now, it's something maybe they did some. I'm not sure. Maybe they did this in Ondo states, and he has seen the beneficiaries. To him, well, the government is doing something, right? But to the world, they're not doing something. Sheyi Law said something else again. He said that. Sorry, let me just send you a message. He said something else again. He said that this was when they were talking about security, right? When they're talking about, the roads and all that. He said something that was interesting. He said that he normally goes to Akure by road. He still went late last year. And I mean, nothing. Like the road was safe to him. It's possible that he actually, he even brought a witness. It's possible that when he went to, the road was free, nothing happened that day. They went on that part going, because I don't want to believe that. I know that they're kidnapping people, but it won't be every day they're going to the road to pick people. So maybe the day Sheyi went, there was no kidnappers. Other days it happens. So, but to Sheyi, in his own mind, he's trying to tell people that, look, you can see that there's no issue. You can see that there's no issue. Sorry about that. You can see that there's no issue, right? Okay. Now I'm going to talk about some other few things. Just give me
wait, can you hear me? You just said something before I got logged out. You said that he traveled by road in Akure. Do you know that they kidnapped 7 people 2 days ago in Ondo? This same Akure he's talking about. So is it until they kidnap Sheyi Law before he will understand that there's insecurity in that? No, because it's funny.
You didn't catch the end. I said maybe the day he was going, nothing happened. But it doesn't mean that those things they are happening.
Something needs to happen. The next time he goes, so I believe something needs to happen.
So
you know that he has come out to apologize to Nigerians.
Yes.
Okay. So please add that.
So when they started the stuff, right? The first thing he said, which pissed me off, right, was that the electoral reforms that we are fighting for, that's the one that they are saying that they want real time, all that. The first thing that, just even first made me just, what's this guy saying, was when he talked about Yankee and he played a video, or he got them to play a video, or maybe read a statement about Elon Musk. So he talked about Elon Musk, where Elon Musk said that real time voting should be discouraged, because real time voting, when you do that, it leaves room for fraud. It leaves room for what do you call this now? Hackers can get into the system, and they can manipulate and everything. So in his own mind, he's trying to tell people that. So even if an Elon Musk can tell you that this thing that you are fighting for, it cannot work, then why are you fighting for it? Until Idris, and this is why I want you to understand that two of them are different people looking at it from different. Idris had to tell him that, look, what Elon Musk was talking about is different from what we want. What Elon Musk is talking about is that when you go and vote, as you're voting, is you are seeing the results real time. What we are saying is that after you finish voting, those results, do it electronically. The government is now saying, well, if there's no network, do it manually. We don't want that. There are two different things. We're not saying vote and no. Finish, but that same day, we want to see the result electronically. So in Shei's mind now, that thing from Elon Musk's statement, he has used it to build his own mind that this is so why Nigerians fighting. This thing might not be a good idea. My point is that people need to understand. Because the hate of the yes, there's a lot. There's a lot happening in Nigeria that is just unfortunate. The government, and I love the way even Shei had to respect. There was a time Shei asked Idris that, okay, you're talking about bandits, you're talking about killing, you're talking about all these things. Okay, if you're in the government's position, I know all through the interview, this Idris guy never shouted though. He didn't scream. The guy was so calm. Shei asked him, okay, if you were in government, what would you do? Because I think Shei did not think the guy would be smart enough to have a response. And the guy gave a response that, go and look at what's happening around the world, go and look at, no, it wasn't that one. It was the one for electricity. Because the guy had told Shei that, everybody talks about one of the mandates that Tinubu stood on was that, look, if we do not have electricity, don't vote me back. Yes, after Fred, don't vote me back. So this guy is saying that you're the president. Okay, let's even forget everything. That one alone, he has not even done anything, for crying out loud. So there was some back and forth. Shane says, so if it's you, what will you do? And the guy responded that, look, go and look at other places. Look at India, look at places that have our kind of population and see what they're doing. Learn from them. Send people there. Let them read and study and understudy and see what's happening. Then the guy, I like what the guy now finished the statement saying, even your president has removed himself from the grid. I never even knew that. I'm just hearing about it. Yes, I wanted to faint when I heard that the Aso Rock is no more.
Aso Rock is solar powered. Yeah,
I said, make it make sense. So how does the president now want us to be? No, how does he want to convince us?
And let me add that the Minister for Power, let me just add, Adelabu also, under his government, they have purported that allegedly 200 billion or something is missing under the Minister of Power. This his own government. Continue to.
So make it make sense that, what we stood on for your mandate, you have even removed yourself from the so that alone can discredit you as that you want to come back. So there are other things that he talked about the killing, and that's Shade, you mentioned he apologized, but that one really pained me the most because he made a statement. He said, oh look, this one that you are shouting terrorists. Why are you shouting terrorists? Should be have always been terrorists. And he was right. I won't lie. Before Tinubu came, there was terrorists. But Idris said, those terrorists and these terrorists is different kind of terrorism they're looking at. Those days is Boko Haram, and they were secluded to a particular area. North, that's all we used to hear. Bombings in the north and everything. But now, there's terrorism everywhere. It's so bad that it's now in churches, they're going to people's houses. He gave different stories. Did you hear the story of a police? Apart from the Brigadier General story that I even told, that one even broke me completely, that Brigadier General, that they killed him. That she was not saying, but she be in the past, they've killed another Brigadier General. The guy said, that one was not a sitting Brigadier General. That one was even retired. This one is sitting. But the one that killed me was the one that said the police, that he went to Boko Haram, the terrorists went to the police and threatened them that they're going to come out, and they went back and they killed them, and they took the police officer, the police commissioner, or whatever uniform, and went back to Lagos. As in, when you hear these stories, and after all this, Shay keeps on saying, or kept on saying, don't impose your fears on me, or don't put your fears on me, and you're trying to scare people. And what made me sad the most was that Shay doesn't understand that this is people's lived realities. People now dug out a video of Shaylo, and I had to write under that video. They dug out a video of Shaylo where his auntie died because she was in an accident, and they took her to hospital, but they couldn't. Of course, the hospital is in Ondo or whatever, and maybe they didn't have enough, facilities or whatever, so they couldn't help her. So he was even crying on air that the government has to do something, one thing. I had to write under that. Imagine, Shay, if at that time someone had told you that, but people are dying every day now. Why is this a big deal? At least is it the first time people would die from accidents? It's not be today. Imagine how he would have felt. So that is what people don't what people are against, or what I am against when it comes to Shayla. That he's not, like Idris said, he's left everybody behind. Everybody knows his family is in London. He's living in another world. He's not living with the masses. So he can't understand that struggle. But it doesn't mean that some of the things he said was not, even Idris, there's some of he mentioned agriculture. They said agriculture, yes. Idris said, yes, there are some things that they're doing. Maybe they're doing some structures for farmers and all that. So maybe they'll give agriculture was not bad, But the main things that brought Tinubu in, which was security, power, those things that even ordinary education, now we're now hearing that instead of the government, when they say Nigeria is a joke, instead of the government to fight, and there's one viral statement that is making everybody go wild. The one that Idris said, the one of terrorists that if you catch terrorists, let it be between them and God. That what is our business? That what you're trying to say is that terrorists should not even be given a second chance. They should be fired immediately. That why are you speaking with them? They're terrorists. They've killed people. They've committed atrocities. So now the new gist is that those, like one that we just read about was the one of the children that were captured, 100 and something children that were captured, and families in Southwest, and the government paid them 2-3 billion to release them. So now what it now looks like is like they are now enabling this, because you can't even say you are trying to help the country, because obviously if you are giving them money, what does the government even expect them to use the money for? To buy grocery shopping? Of course not. They're going to use that money to buy more ammunitions and everything. This one that you just was saying, we can't compare the military to terrorists. Military have this one, they have machine gun, they have those trucks or whatever. You have given them 3 billion. They will go and buy all these things. They're listening now. They are hearing all these things. They're saying they'll go and buy so they can compete. So I don't know. Everybody is going to a point where now Benue State today did you read today's own Benue State that they want to rehabilitate? There are 400 terrorists that have said they don't want to do it again. We are sorry. So he's seeking the presidential approval so that he can rehabilitate them. They want to use money to rehabilitate 400 terrorists. 400. What does rehabilitation even mean? I've seen it before. We've heard about it before. What does it mean? You want to rehabilitate the terrorists, meaning that he has killed people, he has kidnapped people, they've done. So now you bring them and take them to school or what? I don't know. Okay, maybe buy a motorcycle for them or suya stand and they'll be selling suya. I don't understand. Like, why can't and this is distressing that even the presidency or the people around him cannot even say, one of these talks. I told you guys to remember that. If you remember, I told you guys that look, Tinubu will do something about those people that if you guys can remember clearly. I said because he's running, he's going to do something to show himself that look, I care about my people. He has done it. He has paid those. So there's no how. So it's not that people are not even. He doesn't have people with sense around him telling him that, okay, this thing you want to do does not make sense. So let's try and find another solution. Like, we've been held captive. That's it. Like, there's really nothing else.
So again, are we again? See, this the state of the nation. Are we discussing the state of the nation, or
Yes.
are we discussing
No, we are
the
discussing.
psychopath called Shaylo?
We are discussing. No, we are discussing Shayla, and
Psychopathy.
yes, we are discussing. We are discussing that debate that happened that day. Like, what do you think about it? But also that debate was really about the state of the country, and a lot
Oh
of
yeah,
people have actually said that we don't even talk about the state of the country at all. Let's not
we
forget
don't.
by birth. They said we hardly ever. Let's not forget by birth we are Nigerians, even though right now none of us are Nigerians anymore. But by birth we are Nigerians.
By birth. No, no,
I'm
no, no,
still
no. By
Nigerian.
birth. By birth, I'm Ghanaian.
Oh,
By birth,
How convenient!
I'm Ghanaian.
How convenient!
see,
Go
for
ahead.
me, my issue is it's just very telling that, see, no matter how good or bad a country is, you're always going to find people like Shaylo who are going to tout because of selfish interests. Because that's what it is. It's selfish interest that is making him do everything he's doing right now, because he is inherently a selfish person. And that's why his family is in the UK, and he's on here saying, if Nigeria was so safe, why is his beautiful yellow wife in the UK collecting nice, cool weather? And his beautiful daughter, Tiwa, why is she in the UK? Why don't they stay in Nigeria and enjoy these benefits of the things that he said does not touch him? They should come and they should stay in Nigeria. They should go by road to Ado Ekiti now. I mean, he said he works for the Ondo State government. They should be living in the city in Ado Ekiti. They should, it's for me, we need to start to be more, and you're right, maybe we're not vocal enough about what's going on, because I don't like to talk about Nigerian issues because it depresses the hell out of me when I think about, I don't know how people are managing I don't know how people are doing it. I can't tell you I understand how they're doing it. But somehow, but then you still have people like this who will come out and say, well, it doesn't touch me, so it must not exist. I don't understand. And well, like you said, maybe it should touch him. But you see, like we just rightly said now, even Aso Rock is not on the national grid. So they isolate themselves from the issues so that they feel more confident to come out and say these kinds of things. If Shayla was suffering, well, he is suffering because obviously this is why he's doing what he's doing. He's looking for a handout. But if Shayla was an everyday person that was not benefiting from the government, he won't have this temerity. His cheeks needs to go down. He's still too plump. If he was a bit skinny, maybe he was a bit lean, maybe he will have a different thing he's talking about. He's too plump. Remember that time when they were dragging his daughter, that his daughter was too plump? He's the one that needs to reduce weight so that he can feel what the nation is going through.
So, in a nutshell, what he's trying to say is that all these things that people are complaining about, they've always been happening. So if you are saying that before, so he gave an example, before people couldn't afford to buy cars. So why is it those same people, even when the government is bad or not, they still won't be able to afford to buy cars? So why are all these things being projected onto Tinubu's governments? That's what he's trying to say.
Because he's the freaking president. He's the freaking president. Are we supposed to have a president and we're supposed to be like, well, the country's already bad, so hey, let it just be bad? No, that's not. You're supposed to come and make life better. Every time we have an administration, we always say to ourselves, it can't get any worse. And then it gets freaking worse. It always gets worse. Why? And this is a man that he's been contested. He has contested. Well, he didn't contest as much as Buhari, but you pushed to get to this point. You really pushed. He literally broke APC to get to this freaking point as president. But you see, let me tell you, I think the only consolation for me is I never expected anything from an APC-led government with Tinubu at the helm. Anybody who expected anything better, you are delusional and you are dreaming. I was in Lagos when Tinubu was governor. Now, did he do some good things? Yes. Did he set himself up for life? That is a triple yes. I knew he was going to do the same thing running Nigeria. If you saw the blueprint he used for Lagos, why were you expecting him to do anything? He wants to set him and his family up for life. And then he's going to bring his son and tell us that his son is good for the nation. Son with half head. See, I don't know. I wasn't expecting anything. So that's why I'm not even disappointed. Honestly, I'm not disappointed because I was never appointed in Jesus' name for this kind of behavior.
Please, the final thing I'm going to say is that the village boy movement is becoming strong. So whenever it comes to our side, you guys, please, let's try and lend our voices and let's try and go out there, because I don't think I can stomach another 4 years for Nigeria. APC coming back. It's not something that, so I'm going to do everything in my power, and I will definitely try and see if I can even go back home and vote, because I wish they could do voting for people in diaspora, but I'll find a way of going back. If that's the only thing I will go and do, let me go and
Who
vote.
are you fooling? Stop fooling. You can't fool us. You can fool the outside world. Tolu, you're not going back to Nigeria. Stop lying. Stop lying. Stop lying.
I'll try. I can try and go back. I can try.
Stop
What's
lying.
happening here?
What's happening here?
We're talking about Sheilo and
the state of the nation. Sheilo and the state of the nation.
I watched it. It was almost a 4 hours podcast. I watched it.
Please, what is your opinion?
Well, you see, to start with, where is Dupe?
She's having issues with the platform.
Okay, so you see, the challenge is when you try so hard to market a bad product, sometimes you can come off as very stupid and unwise. And in a desperation to make a point, that's actually not tenable, you further aggravate or provoke the people you are trying to convince, especially the one that he has come out to apologize for. But he was doubling down. So it's not just a slip or a statement he made in passing. It was a comment he made that if Fritz asked him a question again, he doubled down. Husband Material mentioned it, he doubled down multiple times. So for me, apologies like this, I take them with a pinch of salt, because it's an afterthought. Nigeria is safer today than it's ever been. More than 10, it's safer than the past 10 years. How can anybody in any right-thinking Nigeria make that kind of comment? He says food is cheaper. He gave the government A in agriculture, right? And the security, he had the audacity and the effrontery to say, now today they don't kidnap people for their house.
Nelly, wait. I've been waiting for you just so I let you know for this topic. So if you notice, if you watch it back after the show is done, Sade and Tolu have really been, engineering and just speaking. But I had to patiently wait for you to join. Carry on, my brother.
Okay. Anyway, so he says that is it today that they've been kidnapping people? That's quite an insensitive comment to make, right? And I know where it's coming from. Sometimes, you can argue that I don't want to throw away the baby with the bathwater. I can see the venom and not venom, the energy with which he was speaking. It could be out of patriotism, but it's wrongly placed. The patriotism is misplaced in this context. So, if I was him, if you give me a bad product to sell and I know it's not sellable, I would rather not be your marketer than to go there and risk the little or no integrity that he ever had. That's just a summary about the whole podcast. Was it not the same guy who was saying that he was supporting Tinubu? Then after a while, something happened in Ondo State. His cousin died, and he was crying at the police station.
His auntie at the hospital.
And he was calling the governor's name, the late governor. May so rest in peace. He was just yelling and shouting. All of a sudden, that experience has been wiped away. He has forgotten that this was just like 3 years ago. I can't remember whether last year or 2 years ago. Now he's saying in that same country where the sister died, the auntie died in that circumstance, that country, I mean, this country is safe. I don't know,
The country is better now.
I mean, I don't know what parameter is using, but if it's the same Nigeria that we all know, we can just know that the guy is trying to piss on us and tell us at the same time that it is raining.
He can use his pocket as parameter anyway. Maybe he's getting.
Oh yeah, of course. You don't need. That's why sometimes I try to see these guys. The country is gotten to a point where I can't remember the last time he did any comedy show. Anyway, the country is gotten to a point where it's almost, you can almost find it hard to fault people for things that they do to survive, right? This guy, I mean, I don't think he has any, because the way, the nonchalance, the way he was talking with no sense of responsibility as a public person, the way he was talking, the country is safe, economy is good, the naira is better. He was he was defending the indefensible.
The country is safe, but his family is based in the UK.
Yeah, his family is based in the UK now, and he can afford to, even with the exchange rate that has almost quadrupled, he can still afford to maintain a family in the UK. Changing naira to pounds, it's not comedy, like I said. And to even justify, he was saying, I planted yam, I sowed yam. I mean, waiting be yam?
No, Shey Law stopped being a comedian a long time ago.
A long time ago. So of course you can see that he's speaking from a place of personal interest.
Of course, like most of them always are anyway, so we know.
And just to, by way of digression, when people say, look at Chief Priest, Obi Kubana, all these boys, all of them, they are supporting Tinubu, I'm like, this is survivor. It's survivor mode. Do you understand? They've thrown integrity into the wind. It's survival mode for them.
Okay, so let's quickly do the last story.
There's no time for last story.
Government where they get alone.
I will pull that girl's ear. Her ear, I pull it. There's no time for last story.
Look, are you on Sheyi Law's side?
Look, Arise correspondence. How?
Yeah, you can't even to even talk about APC self is draining. To think of APC is just so honestly, I didn't even have the power. It's just that I'm surprised there are people who hear anything from an APC-led government and think it's true. People like Tolu, they have Nel Fund, yet Tiwa Sheyi's daughter is not collecting Nel Fund and going to school in Nigeria. Or if those reforms are so great, you know what I mean? If they are so promising, why are we still where we are?
There's student education fund. I've not seen anybody who has benefited from that, and it's all paper.
She didn't know Tinubu even has education fund. That when Sheyi Law said it, then she now said she Googled. Wait, she said she Googled it. That there are people who are collecting it. I said, Tolu. If APC tells you it is morning, go and open your curtain and check because it will be nice.
Every government, it's all scam. Buhari too had anchor borrowers. The Anchor Borrower program now, they said they were supporting people with capital and the rest of which people benefited. See,
they divert the funds, Tolu. They divert the money.
Who watched Arise today? Where they were talking about, if you watch the program that happened today, where, there was a time Tinubu's wife donated 1 billion for the displaced people in Benue State.
Mm-hmm.
So, and she granted an interview recently where she was saying that
there's no Christian genocide.
Blah, 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 blah. Do you know it has turned out that even that 1 billion are audio, not one block, because there's this US guys that have been helping in Benue rebuilding and all that.
Mm-hmm.
1 kobo has not come from government. 1 kobo. That 1 billion was audio money. You see, what is even important to
anyway, Tolu, let me tell you, Tinubu's precedence as a human being, you cannot believe anything that comes out of that government. I just want to make this very clear. You can't believe.
I'm giving them the benefit of doubt.
No, Tolu. See, let me tell you, the man has shown himself. He has shown who he is. There is no way that anything will come out of that. See, like Shade said earlier, she had no expectations from a Tinubu-led government. I didn't have expectations because I knew he had nothing to offer. Tinubu just wanted to be president by all means. That name, that title, whatever it is, that is all he was looking for. He had Tinubu, nothing was interesting to
Tolu, see what you even preach. See, the man is president already. You people have achieved and have pushed him there. No problem. But this is the time to do propaganda has passed. He's president now, but you should have some, in retrospect, just say the truth. This is a man. They say he was working in KPMG, whatever. He has not employed anybody. He has not built any factory. He has not done any business. All he has done all his life since he got back to Nigeria is to perch on public funds like a bed bug, perching on the bed and sucking it dried, and he doesn't even know when to stop. His want and greed for money is insatiable. Unquenchable thirst for material wealth. Even the wife. Very vile people. They govern the country like they live in another planet. And I don't care about them because they've already showed their hand from the beginning. My concern is people who are now, blindly supporting them. If you want to go to heaven or hell, go your own. Why are you now convincing people, dragging people? And the most dangerous thing in a country is when you recruit intelligent and smart people with oratory skill to defend a bad politician because they can sell him.
Please. You are giving Sheikh Lord too much credit. He's not intelligent
I'm not even talking about
smart.
him now. I'm even speaking generally now. When you line up in smart and intelligent people to sell a candidate to you like Tinubu, at some point they will strike a chord and they will sell him. And that's the danger. The marketers, not even the product. We already know what the product is. And you are here now, Tolu, your full chest, still leading people on, and people listen to you, hear what you say. You are still leading people on.
I'm not leading anyone.
If you people make heaven, make I know what it costs them.
But I have a genuine question I want to ask Nigerians. Why is it that we can't collect, like, how Tinubu's government, they go and bribe people, they give them 5K allegedly and tell them to vote for them. Why can't they vote for them and collect the 5K and vote for another person? Why doesn't
know why? Because the mechanism for voting does not allow you to vote secretly. Have you seen the polling booths?
Oh,
have you seen the polling booths?
Okay, I have. Funny enough,
you see the way it is. Do you understand? In fact, let me tell you, there was a time I voted somewhere in Anthony. In fact, the guy who was sharing the money was in corner, right? They will give you ballot box, the ballot papers, for you to go to that small cubicle to tick it, right? Then you now go to another place to dip it. There is somebody else at the place you are dropping your ballot paper to confirm if you actually voted or not. Some people have collected money, they didn't vote. If you see the beating, I'm not sure some of them have recovered from that beating till today. Do you understand? So it's in a country where more than half of your population is living below $1 per day. Do you know what that means? Living below $1 per day, 5,000 is big deal to them. And they will jump, if you give them less than 5,000 self, they will jump on it. They will say, wait, it concern me. Whether I collect them or I don't collect them, the country status quo remains. The country is not moving forward, it's not moving backward. Maybe I collect the one while I see. Do you understand? And I've told some people, the only thing that can stop this government as it is the act of God. Tinubu that they could not stop when he was a mere candidate. With everything they did. Now you think for some reason you can stop him now that he's in control of the apparatus of government? Who wants to stop him? If I be Peter, I would just advise I may not go wasting time and money. But the man he believes in his cause. He has the right to. But now, these people are ready to kill.
Nelly, what you just said now is where I am right now. Honestly, if I could advise Peter Obi, I'd say don't run because honestly, people.
This one that Rotimi Amaechi is even. Have you seen that?
Leave all those ones. Leave
those ones. I beg.
Leave those ones. The only person that has that carries like a glimmer of hope for Nigeria is Peter Obi. But let's not be naive. Let's not be politically naive.
Exactly. Let's not be delusional.
Let's not be delusional. As good as he is, in fact, to even make it worse, circumstances has not even made him to try to collaborate with unscrupulous elements. That's even a level of demarketing for him.
So let me
So
tell
he
you,
should just forget it. As far as I'm concerned.
honestly, we don't deserve Peter Obi. I don't think Nigeria deserves. Again, and also, we're not yet ready.
Why not?
See,
Why not?
let the rope of APC let it tight everybody's neck.
You see,
Then
somebody say, more extra 2K right now, I will collect.
The rope is not
and that's the sad reality.
The rope is not there.
Let me share something with you guys real quick. So I don't know if you know this guy, Mike Arnold. He's the one that was dragging Renault recently. He's American. He used to be the former Republican mayor the city of Blanco.
That said,
so
Renault tricked him to come to Nigeria.
Yeah, so I usually, and he does a lot of philanthropy work, you know, for people.
He has receipts.
He has clout in our IDP camps. So he put up this post recently. Just listen. He said, confidential sources say Nigeria's president is seriously ill, not overworked, not jet lagged, sick. It is said advanced cancer.
Of course, he is sick.
At least, Shari, on mute.
Allegedly.
At least. No, I'm just reading from his post, though. This is not me. This is from Mike Arnold. So he did put up this post yesterday. And then he said, not jet lagged, not overworked, sick. It is said advanced cancer, at least stage 3. And he said, and this is from an older intel. The Paris trips are not diplomatic.
Of course.
They are medical.
Did you see what happened in Turkey?
And he said, wait, Nelly, he said, the common knowledge, it is a common knowledge in the real corridors of Abuja. The question is now, how long?
Can I tell you something? People are not even looking at, there's some people are not paying attention to. Politicians who don't have a career, who depend on government to fund their lifestyle, benefit more when a sick president is at the helm of affairs. Do you understand? See what happened in Turkey. Erdogan was literally, showing him around like a baby, holding his hand because he could barely stand on his own. In fact, the stories that I heard, it was that, what we saw on TV was that he tripped twice. The story behind scene was that he tripped more than twice. He fell more than twice, but we only saw 2 on the TV, right? Tell me now, a president who is sick, in the past, in Jonathan's regime, not Jonathan's regime, in Yar'Adua's regime, Buhari's regime, and Tinubu's regime, do you know the most powerful people in that government? The chief of staff. The chief of staff, because he's the one that coordinates all the political appointees of government. He's the last person, first person to see the president is the last person. If he wants president to attend to a matter, he knows how he will make it priority. As a matter of fact, the president attends to the business that the chief of staff put before him. If you want to see the president, now the chief of staff.
Is that Femi Gbajabiamila?
Yeah, Femi Gbajabiamila, and he started to be the next governor of Lagos State when Tinubu leaves. So you can see, every time, look at the few minutes, the few seconds that Oshibajo was acting president when Buhari traveled, the country came to life. The country will always behave, move, and reflect the status of the leader. If your leader is sick, the country will be sick. Buhari was sick, the country was moving at a snail pace. Tinubu is sick, look at the chaos going on in the country, like a ship without a captain. So Nigerians just, we open our eyes and put in this kind of people, then we start ranting and making noise. Even the people now that supported him, a lot of them are crying wolf now, crying blue mother. But we were telling you this from the beginning. In which country, any serious country in this world, would you have Oshibajo contesting for a ticket, Peter Obi contesting for a ticket, and you go and pick these elements that we have? I supported Peter Obi. Oshibajo, from my department, a professor of law, Unilag, right? 2 of them could have, if 2 of them contested, and either of them would have been good for Nigeria. I supported Peter.
But have you forgotten when Peter Obi said if Oshibajo had clinched that ticket, he wouldn't have run?
I would have supported.
He said it.
I supported.
He said he wouldn't have run for presidency.
If Professor Yemi won, and I'm sure that people who supported Prof, if Peter had won, they won't feel bad too, because it is forward looking. It is, how can you say you are a progressive party? A country is progressive. You are in a jet age. You are bringing analog.
Then you give us Paul Biya.
How can you?
But
How
you
can
are
you?
progressive.
And people are not paying attention. This man, in his next, if he wins, you know, all things being equal, he goes for a second term. This guy will, right now is perhaps the oldest president Nigeria has ever had. Because by the time he runs his second tenure, he will be close to like 87, 86, 87, thereabouts.
Is that the
We don't
football
even know
age?
his real age.
Is that the football age? Is that not
It's
his
a youth
football
football
age?
age. And the son is moving around like the son of a mafia.
And that's why, you see, again, this is why I know for sure, allegedly, he's sick, because that's the only reason why his son is moving with so much power and authority.
The man doesn't know what's going on.
There is a vacuum of power. And so he's stepping in and doing a lot more of the behind the scenes shenanigans.
For those of us that have been to the US, you can tell the flight distance from New York, for example, like you're going to California, almost 6 or 7 hours. And you see American presidents moving from one state to another, being physically active. I beg, how many Tinubu will go to a state? He wants to go and launch something, wants to do something. Everything will be ready. He will land, spend 10 minutes, back to his aircraft is gone. The man cannot, he's physically not available. How can you have a leader? It's like you are chasing a girlfriend online. Today is online, tomorrow is offline. It's not there. I'm telling you the thing they pay me, and I can tell you for a fact, the Japa syndrome that we had was majorly propelled by disappointment and you know, and what do you call it now? When people have given up in the system. The last election was maybe after Abiola's election in June 1993, June 12th. There has been no time when Nigerian youth were as enthusiastic as the last one. Give us Professor Yemi, give us Peter, let two of them run. This is progressive. A proven man, integrity, frugal, doesn't like waste of public funds. Yemi has been there the few times he was acting president when Buhari was around. We saw what he did. Just few months, the country caught fire. There was energy. Then he came back. We went back to our slow mode. And this thing we are saying now, guys, this thing we're saying now, it's not as if we are the only ones that know it. Everybody knows it. Even the politicians know it. But if not for lack of genuine patriotism, why would look at the Electoral Act they amended? APC right now, they are claiming that they are registering party members online, real time, but we cannot but they are refusing to allow us pass Electoral Act to upload results, to not even voting online. You will have voted on the paper, EC8 form, they will have signed it just to snap a piece of paper and upload online. That is what Nigeria is refusing to do. Snap a piece of paper, upload it with the beavers, finish. That's what Nigerians are asking for. Don't collect results manually. When people have voted, party agents have signed, the polling INEC ad hoc staff there has signed everything. We have seen the results. Snap it, upload it. Whatever you like, go and be doing with that paper. That one concern you. But once you upload it, that is it. And INEC itself has said many, many times they can do it. Nigeria has, and they say there's no network everywhere. It's a lie. Meanwhile, bandits are in the bush doing selfies, doing live stream on TikTok.
It's so funny. That's what Idris was saying that before. Bandits, we didn't know. And you know that's true. We didn't used to see their faces.
They are bolder now.
We didn't even know who they were.
You see that story he was telling that police, the bandits killed a police DPO when they came for meeting to negotiate. The leader of the bandits, the terrorists, wore the uniform of the policeman they killed to come and negotiate with government. Have you seen that kind of audacity? Even Bin Laden didn't do that kind of stuff. Do you understand? Imagine a terrorist killing an American soldier and wearing that uniform to come and negotiate.
And they come and do video and say it's a lie. Your government is lying to you. See all the people we kidnap behind us here.
Let me just say that.
In fact, some kidnaps will happen. There was a kidnap that happened in the north somewhere. I think it's in Kebbi or Katsina. I'm not sure now. The kidnap happened. Then when the local government chairman went there, he told them that they should not say anything. That they should not tell anybody. They should not tell pressmen that kidnap happened. That they will handle it low-key. Can you imagine? Complicit people. It
was Kebbi, but quickly, yes, it was Kebbi, but in truth, I don't think they should waste money for elections in 2027. If we want to be fair, If Tinubu, by the hand of God, is still alive, there's no need to have elections in 2027. There's no need. Let them not. Let them not. Yes, let them not waste funds that we are trying to even manage. In fact, they can give that money to Sheyi with his half head, like Shade said. Let him dash him. Let him go and build his empire because he's moving around like his father is Pablo Escobar. So they should just give them. See, there's no need. They should not waste the time of Nigerians. It will be unfair to waste the time of Nigerians who truly desire change. Let's forget any elections. Let Tinubu carry on as he is.
Guys, do you know the budget?
Wike,
Do you know the
all
budget?
of them.
Dupe, do you know the budget of INEC for the next year election? Jesus Christ. Over #1 trillion. And
Exactly. In fact, let me clarify. I said, wait. I said earlier, Ministry of Power, that they said they stole the 200 billion is missing. It's actually 128 billion that's missing from under Adelabu, the Minister of Power.
Shall they see the way we are calling money in Nigeria and people are suffering?
People are suffering. People can't even eat the next meal tomorrow. Billion.
See the kind of money out of all these things the most.
See the kind of money they are milking.
Before, when Tinubu first entered, boy, people were jackpying. Now, jackpot is even hard. So what's that going to happen when Tinubu enters this second time now? What will happen to Nigerians that want to now leave now? What will happen? See, I don't know. As in, I'm even weak.
And you see the funny thing, there's no way a country like this will produce, if this lingers, of course it's been lingering, there's no way a country like this will produce a generation of sincere, hardworking, and patriotic youths. There's no way. There's no way. It's symbiotic relationship between a citizen and a country. You give me, I give you. What is the country giving? It's a rat race. Your parents struggle to send you to school.
The country
when you finish,
is taking.
This song is taken from you. Now, see taxes everywhere, but there is nothing the country is giving you. In fact, the sheep now, the flock now is feeding the shepherd. Nigerians are feeding Tinubu and his family. You are telling us to be patient, to relax. You are see the monies they are spending to buy private jets. They want to buy new bulletproof vehicles. You are refurbishing. Your wife is spending money as if she has a printer in her house. I mean, the son is moving around as if he's the CBN governor. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And the president is nowhere to be found. And Wike has been unleashed on people, on the citizens like a mad dog.
Mad dog with rabies.
It's just a shame. A country where you cry when you go abroad as a Nigerian citizen living abroad, because by the time you now mingle with the citizens of these countries that you worked as, you struggled, you do everything to travel to, you mingle with their citizens. You go to ask yourself, these people, they go school at all? They are not as educated as we are. They're not as smart as we are. But you know what they've done? With their smartness, their sort of smartness, let me just say their average smartness, they've been able to build a close to perfect system that helps them to live, to build a society where they can have good life. And it's not rocket science. If you look at some of the things that they are doing, it's not rocket science, but just that some leaders, public leaders, old leaders, decided to be responsible to say, we are going to build a country that works for everybody. The things that work in these developed countries are even simple things. Why do Canada and other countries have lights? Because they decided not to embezzle the money. Why are the roads good? Because they decided to fix the road. Nothing more. Nobody say that go bring a special kind of road, a special kind of line. What are we talking about? Manufacturing of cars is not rocket science. It's basic mechanism. As a matter of fact, the most difficult manufacturing of machines are maybe all these surgical machines, or machines that do extraordinary. But if it is car, you just go to a car lot, pick a car, pay at your pace. Why is Nigeria not like that? Because our leaders decide that rather than build a society where everybody is equal, I'm not preaching an egalitarian society, but a society that caters for at least majority of the citizens. Instead, they cater for themselves. Money that if they come to this world 10 times and over, it will still be there for them.
You know, that's logic. I don't understand
Only
why.
a madman steals
Why
money that he acquires money that he
but
doesn't
why?
need.
I think about it every day. Why?
How much money?
are
How much
politicians
money do
greedy?
you actually need in this life to live
I,
a good
I
life?
think it's a
How much
disease.
money?
You know when someone has a disease, there's nothing you can do unless you find a cure. So there's some things that will happen that it's not your fault. So I think it's a disease that because I can't comprehend why a politician will be so greedy. You keep on chopping and chopping and chopping and
I think it's also a way to make sure that the citizens and the people are always at your beck and call. You keep them uneducated, you keep them poor, you keep them needy, so that when you hand them quick 2K, they will rise on your behalf. Again, it still boils down to that selfish nature that, again, a lot of Nigerians, we do have. But there's something Nelly said, it's a give and take. Nigerians have been through hell and high water. It's going to be very hard to see a new generation of Nigerians who are truly patriotic and ready to actually sacrifice. The next generation of politicians are going to be horrible. They're going to be worse than what we have right now.
We have not seen anything yet. We have not seen anything yet.
Because we are creating the environment where it's going to be hard to have integrity. Integrity doesn't pay in Nigeria. I know people used to laugh at me when I talk about integrity. They say, integrity. Because it doesn't pay. So we're building the next generation of Nigerians who are not going to want the best for anybody apart from themselves. But you see, that's the whole point of politicians like the ones we have in Nigeria. They're not looking beyond themselves. That's not their.
They're looking beyond themselves. They're now grooming their children.
We are going back to the state of nature.
Their child is an extension of themselves.
Let me put what Shade said in another way. Nigeria has gone back to state of nature, where man to man, is a beast. It's a survival of the fittest. Whatever goes, survive, trample on the other person, dupe. Man. Every time
imagine Sheyi Law as Senate president.
Oh my goodness!
You think Akpabio is bad?
No. See, let me tell you, Sheyi Law, for whatever you say about him, is educated, right? He's well spoken. So people can make an argument for him that constitutional requirements, it meets the requirements. But already we are seeing it before our own eye. When somebody like Okpebolo is governor of Edo State.
This
governor of Edo State.
Oh
somebody that cannot even call figures. Figures. He doesn't know how to call figures.
He couldn't say GCFR.
I don't
GSM, GSS.
I don't want to even, people can make arguments, say grammar. I don't want to even talk about his lack of gift of the gab or his inability to know what lexics, what words to use or how to speak English or how to read. Figure. Primary school children know how to pronounce figures. That's who is the governor now. You are talking about Sheyi Law. Sheyi Law can be president. He meets the educational requirements. Look at MC Oluomo. He has escorts, policemen, decorated. Ranked officers, commissioned police officers are following a tout up and down as security. You see now, when the argument does not favor you, you do face like VDM. See, Tolu is not happy that I mentioned Oluomo. It's already
this comment is interesting. You probably think being smart is masters and PhD. One VIX. Masters and PhD, at least you are enlightened, you are exposed. There's a level of thinking that you would bring. You are in Nigeria. Look at the kind of thing you are writing as comments.
And if you want to know, yes, having masters and PhD is smart.
You prefer Okpebolo in Edo State and Ododo in Kogi.
You see, that's exactly what I'm talking about. Edo State opened their eyes. They saw Olumide Akpata, right? Saw
Aswe Igodalo
and Okpebolo. Out of these three people, two are well accomplished. Two lawyers, former MBA president. Banwa Igodalo is one of the top law firms in Africa. Well established at a very young age. They left these two people and followed a non-entity. But again, like I said, In Nigeria, people will make argument to justify whatever position they hold. Look at somebody now. The fact the person typed this English, apparently this person went to school. This thing that this person typed, Okpebolo cannot type it. You see this comment this person made? Okpebolo, as the governor of Edo State, cannot even type it. Yet, he who is educated is coming here to make a comment to say, you think having masters and PhD is being smart. That's like turning logic on his head. Doing PhD and doing masters is smart because it prepares you for opportunities in society that may come before you. The reason why many people do not progress is that opportunities come to them, but they are not prepared. So if you are educated, you have masters, you have PhD, masters, it will be in a particular area. PhD will also be in a particular area. When opportunities present themselves in that your area of expertise, you are ready to take it on. But it doesn't matter how much somebody likes you or somebody that is highly placed, no matter how much they like you, if you cannot deliver, they will just give you handout.
I think that's what the person is saying. The person is saying that it's not doesn't necessarily equate to being smart if you have a master's and PhD. And they're right. I think it's a base. I personally think for running for presidency, you should have at least a BA.
Shade, you know why I responded? Shade, you know why I responded like that? You know why I responded like that? When you are having this kind of conversation about the kind of things going on in Nigeria, and you mention governors who are not educated, and somebody throws this line, you respond to them in context. Do you understand? I'm responding to that person in context because the person is making this argument to say that it doesn't matter because we are saying there's somebody in government office who is not educated. Then the person throws the line. You think having masters and PhD is being smart. You will tell the person in this context, yes, it's being smart. But if we're having a different conversation about education, you can say, oh, necessarily PhD and masters may not be that you're smart enough. It doesn't mean you are smarter than somebody who have a BSc. But that's an intellectual conversation. We're having a political conversation now.
We've tried.
Interesting. We've tried. Yes.
We've tried. Clap for yourself. Clap for yourself.
Okay, so we'll do the last topic next week because that topic was very hot, and I was looking forward to talking. Oh my God! Guys, thank you guys for joining in.
Nelly, are you on the Epstein list?
I would have loved to be on that list so that my name go there everywhere.
Oh my God!
Have you seen The Devil? That guy is the devil amongst men.
We have to talk about Epstein next week, I beg. Please. Please. We have to talk about Epstein.
All right, everyone. Next week,
have you not noticed that politicians in America, they are not talking about it that much? Because the wildfire catch everybody, Republicans and Democrats, everybody, even all the way to Prince Andrew in the UK. Everybody is in that web.